Is this thing on? Let's just see. Whoa, here we go. What's up, guys? Travis Turner, Brick and Loft Realty, here today to show you how to input a listing into the Lubbock MLS. Excited to show you all the way from finding it on the Lubbock Central Appraisal District, getting the R number, and taking it onto the Lubbock MLS, finalizing it with documents and with photos. So here's a step-by-step introduction on how to do this. Let's jump into it. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to do a listing input. So we've got the Lubbock Central Appraisal District open, and we have our MLS area open. What we're going to do is we're going to open the MLS. We're going to have our appraisal district, and we're going to let this load. We're going to go into listings at the top and enter new listing. It looks like this. If you're doing a multifamily, you can change to multifamily here, package property, whatever the type of property is, you can put that here. Whatever county it's in, you can change the county. And then now you have the tax ID, street name, number, city, all that. This will auto-populate if we get this tax ID from the Central Appraisal District. So one of the properties that I am listing is going to be, okay, here's our property, here's the owner. We're going to click into this. We need this R number right here in the top left. So we're going to copy that number, go back to our listing here. We're going to paste it, get address. That'll autofill the information we need. Just double check, make sure that looks right. Looks good. Now you're going to click place pin on map. That's going to place this pin over here on the house. Make sure that's the right looking house according to the street. That's good. Continue to listing input. Now here's all of our listing information. It looks daunting, but it's really not if we take it step by step. So status, we're going to change that to active. Office ID is already done for us. That's our office here. Property subtype, it's going to be single family residence unless it is a barndominium, condominium, garden home, whatever. You'll know what that is, or I can tell you as well. Single family residence is what we're going to go with. Listing date, we're just going to put a day that we think we're going to have it active on the market. So I'm planning to have these active tomorrow. So we'll have this, you can put this date as today. We're not going to submit the listing, so you can just have it as incomplete. So you can put whatever day you want here, but I'm going to put tomorrow's date is where I plan to have it listed. We're going to go about 6 months in advance here. I just eyeball a lot of times. We're going to go May 31st. You'll have a listing agreement with some people, and you'll have an end date. You can put that end date here for the expiration date if you want to as well. Listing price for this one, we're going $130,000, and we're going to pay the buyer 3%. You have to put the percent sign for it to take. Exclusive right to sell every time. Variable rate commission stays no. We're going to go down here. Now, this is one of the tougher parts, is finding the school district. So I know this one's in Lubbock, not Cooper, but Lubbock ISD. But how to find what school, elementary, junior high, high school, and school here is we're going to open another tab. So now we've got to open Lubbock MLS again. So now we have two of the same window, right? We're going to look for 28, 27, 65th. Okay, so it doesn't bring us up an address. So what we're going to do to find the school district is let's just look up 2823. Just type in an address pretty close to this one and find one in the same area. So now this one sold 2020. Right here in the middle of this page, we have our school district. So we have Lubbock. That's wrong. It's not Lubbock, Cooper. Well, out of all the ones I could have pulled up, that one's actually wrong. Let's do 2819. We'll pull this one up. So we got Lubbock ISD, Elementaries, Parsons, then Evans, and then Monterey. So we got Lubbock, we got Parsons, Evans, and then Monterey. So now we have our school districts. That's done. Year built, 1959. So obviously construction type, since it's not built this year, it's not going to be new. It's going to be existing construction. Above ground square feet, we can also find that on the listing here, total combined square feet. Or we can find it on the Central Appraisal District under the values here. So we've got 1176 plus 300. The garage is enclosed, so I think they added these together. So we're going to roll with what the appraisal district has, 1176. Actually, sorry, this is a different house. So we're going to roll with 1176 right here. 1176. There's our square footage. It didn't auto-populate, but it is on the tax rolls, so we're going to do tax not auto-populated. Don't worry about key box number. HOA, we don't have to put that. You can if you want to. It's not red, so it's not necessary, but you can put if it's not or is in an HOA. It's not an HOA here. You can click here for more HOA information if you wanted to pull up different HOA neighborhoods. So it'll show you as an area here. Here's all your HOA, phone number, email, contacts. Pretty handy information. PID, it's not in a public improvement district. Most of them aren't. Only areas are Preston Manor and a few other ones. Estimated annual taxes. You can actually find the taxes on the appraisal district under bills. Here's the taxes. And they still actually owe some taxes here. So $23.50.45. I usually round this off, $23.50. Surveillance system, we're going to have no surveillance system here. It's going to be a slab foundation, but we can look and make sure on the appraisal district. We'll go back to details, and right here, foundation slab. That's underneath the improvement section. Now, here's our owner. He doesn't live here. There's a tenant in there. It's going to ask you for a lease date. If you don't know your lease date, you're going to have to find out from the owner, or you can also do month to month and just put today's date. That'll make it a month to month lease. Title company is going to be whatever title company your seller wants or you want. I use Service Title Loop, so that's who I'm going to pick for my listings. Corporate license, put your brokerage license number. Mine's 9010804. Our broker is Travis Hansen, and his license number is 668719. Make sure all these say yes. Make sure the bed bath looks correct. And then for the living room flooring details, some people like to go and measure the rooms and put the measurements here, going above and beyond. Or you can do at least do the flooring type. So we've got the different types of flooring here. I haven't been in this property, so I'm not going to do the flooring type because I don't know what it is, but I think it's going to be some kind of plank. So we'll leave that. Let's say you knew the fireplace. If it has a fireplace, step down, paneled, or stained paneling, special ceiling, something like that. You could go in and mark these. You could also do, if it has a game room, office, sunroom, basement, if it has any of these, you can check and put yes or no. You can change the dining room flooring to whatever it needs to be if it has a dining room, if it's a living room dining room combo, if it's a kitchen dining room combo. Special ceiling is basically anything that's not flat. So if the ceiling is vaulted, if it's barreled, if it has any kind of different look to it other than just being flat and straight, it'd be special ceiling. Two table areas, basically really large dining room, or separate completely in its own room, dining room. Kitchen, you can do kitchen flooring. It's going to ask you for what it has for countertops. Obviously, most kitchens are going to have countertops. If it has a disposal, if it has a freestanding range is a range that slides into the countertop. It's actually not dropped into the counter, which would be a drop-in range, which is like a stove top. So most common's freestanding where they slide in and out. They have the oven and the stovetop combo. A drop-in range will just have the stove on top of the countertop built in, and then usually you'll have a wall oven somewhere else. If it has a microwave, if it's got a pantry, if the cabinets are painted, then you'd have wood paint. If the cabinets are still wood looking, then they're wood stained, and you could put wood stain. If it's a gas oven, or if it's an electric oven, you can put electric or gas. Kitchen countertops, anytime you click countertops, it's going to ask you what material the countertops are made of. You can pick whatever countertop material here. Eating area, if there's an eating area, it's basically something that's attached to the kitchen on the side. It's going to be an area that's small enough. You can't put a dining room table, but large enough you could put a little round sitting area or have a small table. Master bedroom, you can put the size here. You can put the flooring that it's in the master bedroom. Double lavatory, 2 sinks. If it's isolated away from the other bedrooms, or if they're all on the one side of the house, it wouldn't be isolated. But if one bedroom's over here and the other bedrooms are on the other side of the house, that's isolated. If it's got a separate walk-in shower, you can put that. If it has a separate tub, you can put that. If it's a tub shower combo, which a lot of houses are, then you'll have a tub shower combo checked here. Dressing area is something large enough where people can change their clothes in the middle of the bathroom. Some bathrooms are really tiny, won't have a dressing area. Countertops, once you check this, you're going to have to put what kind of countertop is in there as well. Bedroom 2, 3, 4, you can put the size and the flooring. Other bed bath, you can put what it's got in there. Jack and Jill, split, 2 rooms share, one in the middle. You've got double lavatories if you have 2 sinks in there. Tub shower combo, countertops, we went over this material. This is for the second bathroom and or the third bathroom if you have that many. Other room, if there's 2+ living areas, if the garage has been converted, if there's a media room, bonus room, safe room, you can check those. Utility room is for laundry. If you check that, it'll make you put what is in the laundry room here. For the public remarks, you can put something in here. This is something like the description of the house. So welcome home is my catchphrase that I use for all my listings. This immaculate house under 130,000 is, or let's put at 130,000. It's at a hard to find price of 130,000. Oops. Is ready for a new owner. And you'll build this out. It's best to try to use, you get a maximum of 1,000 characters. It's best to try to fill all this up with the description of the house as much of the characters you can use. So I would say at least 500 to 1,000 characters, build that in here. Private remarks is something that you can put for only agents that they can read, so it's not public. So if you want to put the lease details in here and then have them down here where they can see the lease dates, if you don't want that to be public, you can put that here. Proposed financing, it's going to be conventional, typically cash, and if the property can go VA or it can go FHA financing, which basically means that the property does not have a ton of damage to it or any kind of peeling paint, because FHA and VA both have appraisers that appraise for those type of loans. They're gonna knock you on a lot of cosmetic issues. So as long as the property's kind of sharp, doesn't need a whole lot of work, you can do VA, FHA as well. You're gonna know that if you walk the property. Condition of sale, traditional sale, unless you're doing like a HUD home, auction, probate, short sale, or a VA sale. You can put that here if you needed it. Style is going to be one story. Exterior is going to be whatever the exterior of the house looks like. We could look it up online. You can also, if you don't have a photo, you can also Google the house here and bring up the maps. Let's bring up Zillow. So here's our house. So we've got brick and we have, it looks like wood siding, and we actually have a metal roof, as you can see there. So we can go back here. We can go to our exterior. We've got wood and we've got brick. Our roof is actually going to be metal. So there's our roof. A lot of times in these older homes, the gas is gonna be central gas. The heat is gonna be central gas, and the cooling is gonna be central electric, unless otherwise described by the seller or when you walk the property. Electric company, you can put who you want to have the electric company here if you want to. Storm doors are the doors that go out on the front of the property that are like glass that let you go into the main door that goes into the property. Foam insulation, a lot of properties are not foam insulated unless they're newer. They're typically fiberglass blown or fiberglass bat insulated. Double pane windows, this is more prevalent on newer properties, and programmable thermostat is a new thermostat if it has one in there. You can tell a lot of this information by looking at the photos that are provided by the agent or if you take them yourself. Equipment here, we've got either electric opener for the garage, recirculating hot water, water heater owned, water softener owned or water softener leased. If we don't have any of those things, we can check none. Streets are going to be all weather almost every time unless you know it's brick or caliche or something else. Rural property, this is properties out in the outskirts of town. This is stuff that's on well and septic. It's got shop, if it's got fence, things like that, you can put that here. This property is in the middle of town, so it's not going to have that. We're going to have window coverings like blinds. It'll probably have a walk-in closet in the master, and it probably has ceiling fans, and that's probably about it. Miscellaneous exterior, we're going to have a fence. It may or may not have a sprinkler system. If it's got any kind of grass or work done to it, such as xeriscape, we can put landscape here. Parking, if it's got a carport or if it's off-street parking, a lot of places have a driveway, so off-street. You can also park on the street. And then if it has a garage, we can put that, which this one does. We'll put a garage. It's got one space. And it's attached. If we need to go back to our photo, well, yeah, we can see the garage over here is attached to the property. It's not separate. We've got access features here. This is ADA type of requirement. If you have a home that can fit a wheelchair and things like that, you can put the information here. If it's got a fireplace, you can check yes or no. It's going to ask you where the fireplace is. And then you have restrictions. Recorded plat and subdivision restrictions are going to be used on almost every single one. And then residential zoning, depending on what type of property you picked at the very top, pick the same thing. So if it's zoned single family, which we can also look online here. We can look at the zone, single family, property type, single family right here at the top. So we're good. We've got our single family. After this is finished and you have all your information done, you can go to the top and you can save as complete and exit. You'll click OK. And then now you can do any of your documents. So if you want to upload a seller's disclosure or a document, you can add that document here. You'll have to type in the name of it, seller's disclosure, lead-based paint. If you can't find the document name you need, you're going to have to type in other, and then you can describe what you're uploading. This is how you upload a document or PDF. And then you can do the photos under pictures. You can upload the pictures here. You'll go to add pictures at the top left, and it'll bring up all the photos that you can add. And let's say you're adding this picture, you can upload, and the property will have photos. And you can rearrange them however you want to in order to give the best view of the property to the public. And then you can hit save and exit, and that will save the photos in this listing. And then after you're done, you can just hit back to list, and then it's in there as, if you want to go back to it, it's under listings, and it'll be under incomplete listings here. Under the incomplete listings tab, here's the properties that I've been working on. So that's how you upload a listing onto the MLS.